So today I will start in this session ANSYS Workbench. So before that, you should know what is the file format of ANSYS Workbench. Okay. So already I have completed the CATIA V5. So the two-part design. So what you need to do? So you have to create 3D model. So here I have created on aircraft connecting rod. Okay, this is not an automotive. This is aircraft connecting rod. So one end is connected with piston, another end is connected with crankshaft. Okay, this is crank end, this is piston end. Okay, so here one thing you have to understand the working operation of this connecting rod. Okay, so it reciprocates right in vertical direction. Okay, it converts rotary motion of a camshaft into vertical motion, that is reciprocating motion of a piston and connecting rod. Okay, so here, so you know the strokes of IC engine, right? Okay, so here one thing you need to understand, what are the loading condition and boundary condition of this connecting rod. To understand, so here one end is connected with crankshaft, another end is connected with piston. Okay, during compression, it will go upward, right? So during compression, there will be a compression load in this end. Okay, there will be a compression load, and this will be a fixed, we need to consider. Okay, because we are finding out the static condition. Okay, we need to consider this as a fixed end, we need to apply a compression load. Okay, all of you are getting. Next, during expansion, so whatever the piston end is there, there the compression load is going to apply, it will be fixed. Okay, this is one condition. All of you are getting. So during compression, here we need to apply fixed, here we need to give compression load. During expansion, here we need to give compression load, here we need to fix it. Okay, so we can find out the static structural analysis, we can find out buckling analysis also for this. Okay, so we can find out the buckling analysis, and then we can do a modal analysis. So I will show all the things here. So how to conduct static structural analysis, and how to conduct modal analysis, and how to conduct buckling analysis, and what are all the parameters you have to consider to find out buckling analysis. Okay, so then I will show you how to optimize the design. Okay, we can optimize the material, we can optimize the design, we can optimize the weight. Okay, as per your requirement, you can optimize it. Fine. So what you need to do is, once you create a CAD model, you need to save in IGS file format. Okay, this is very important to convert this file. See, if you save the file, you just go to file. If you save it, it will save as a CATIA part. So if you go, if you save as, say here default, it will be in a CAT part. Okay, that is solid part. So what you have to do, go to file, go to save as. Now you just select the location where you have to save. So what I will do here, I will save as a connecting rod 1. Here save as type, you just click on this, you just select this integrated graphic system IGS format. You can save the file as IGS format or STP file, that is step file. So I will save it in a IGS file. So once you save, see here, so I will go to desktop. So here I have saved it. Where is that? Yeah. See? Yeah, connecting rod IGS. All of you got it. So next what I will do, I will go to ANSYS Workbench here. Here we have Workbench. So I just open this. So this is the student version. So before doing ANSYS, you need to understand what are the loading condition, how much load we need to apply, and what type of load we need to apply, then what type of analysis we need to conduct. Okay. Here, as we know, so you need to analyze depending upon with respect to your project, what will be the loading condition, what are the types of loading condition, what are the types of analysis. Okay. So here, so that you will get in the literature survey. So here I am going to do static structural analysis here. Okay. First I will perform static structural. So let it open. Yeah, it has been opened. See, just maximize this. So this is the welcome page of ANSYS Workbench. So here you can go to file, save as. If you want to create a new project, you can click on new project. Okay. So next you have view here, leave it as it is. So you need to change units here. So one thing you keep in your mind, if you are if the CAD model whatever you have created, if it is in mm, you need to select this in mm. Okay, that is metric. If you select this, the whatever the weight you calculate of the particular component, that will be in tons of tons, distance will be in millimeters, second, degree Celsius. Okay, like this. Okay. So next, if you want to customize the system, go to unit system here. If you go to unit system, here we have metric, so ton. See, everything you have here. So if you want to change the weight into kg, you can change it here. Yeah, mass is there. It has to change. So this is the default one, that's why it is not changing. Okay. So if you go to, so here if you just duplicate it, so you'll get duplicate unit system. So you can change it here. Okay. See, in terms of kgs. See, like this. Length is in millimeter. So you can give rename to this. So you can give you can give any name. I will give just apex. Okay, and close. So once you go to unit system here, here you will get apex. Okay, all of you got it. All of you got it or not? All of you are getting?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಮಲಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಮಲಗಿದ್ದೀರೇನೋ so once all of you switch on your video, all of you switch on your video. Mukund, ಮುಕುಂದ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೈಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅವನು ದಿನೇಶ್ so today's session is very important. If you miss this session, you feel difficulty. Kiran, Maltesh, Tejas Gowda, Kiran SP. Okay, fine. Okay, so all of you got it now. Fine. So this is the welcome page. So here you have analysis system. So here you will get the types of analysis. So we have coupled field static analysis, coupled field transient, design assessment is there, eigenvalue buckling analysis. This is for buckling analysis, electric, explicit dynamic, CFX, that is the fluid flow, fluent. So these two are for CFD, harmonic. So we have many. See, static structural is there, modal is there, and then steady state thermal is there. Okay, based on your requirement, you just select the type of analysis and you can perform. Okay, so as I told you, first I will perform. So first I will perform static structural analysis. Okay, we'll see. So here I have saved the component in a IGS format. So next what I will do, so observe carefully. So go to static structural analysis and drag it here. So I am dragging it and place it. See, here we have got static structural. Here you can rename it. So you can rename uh, connecting rod design 1. Okay, so you can rename it like that. You just click on the particular thing, double click, and you can rename it. Okay, so here we have 7 options. One is the heading, the type of analysis what we are performing. So second one is engineering data. This is very important. Okay, so in engineering data you need to assign the material. So you need to assign the property of the material. So we'll see how to assign the property of the material. So go to engine, see, double click on the engineering data. So you need to collect the material details before solving the problem. That's why I told you, while doing literature survey, you need to find out the type of analysis, you need to find out the loading condition and boundary condition. Next, you need to find out the material property details. Okay. So material property, defaultly it will be in a structural steel. See here, defaultly it will be in a structural steel. Okay. So suppose, see, if you click on the structural steel, you have all the data here. See here, see density you have 7,850 kg per meter cube. If you want to change it into kg per millimeter or anything, see kg per millimeter cube, it will change directly here. You have tensile strength, you have compressive strength, you have isotropic property. See, while finding out the static structural analysis, see, 3 material properties are important. Okay, one is density. So density is required if you are going to calculate the weight or mass of the component. So next it is necessary to know the Young's modulus. So Young's modulus, I will keep this in MPa. Next, Poisson's ratio. These two are very important. Without this you can't able to perform static structural analysis. All of you are getting? Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay. So here defaultly it will be in a static structure. Suppose if if you want to add more material, if you want to perform material optimization, you can add materials how much ever you want. Okay. So here you will get say if you go to engineering data source here. If you go to engineering data source, so here you will get the material, general materials you have. If you go to general material, you have gray cast iron, magnesium alloy, okay, polyethylene, silicon anisotropic, structural steel we have, titanium alloy we have, and we'll get aluminum alloy, copper alloy, concrete. So you have many. And one more thing you have to understand. So based on the based on the application of the component, you need to use the particular material. Okay, all of you are getting. So for sealing purpose, you can use a rubber material for sealing purpose. Suppose if you are finding out static structural analysis, you need to select the particular material. Okay, if you are using automotive or aerospace component, you can use any kind of material. Okay, so that too based on your literature survey. You need to find out which materials can be used. Not all the materials can be used for all the components. Okay, fine. So here what I will do, I will so consider aircraft connecting rod. To manufacture the aircraft connecting rod, presently industries are using structural steel. Okay. Now what I will do, I will try to optimize the material with aluminum. Okay, with aluminum alloy or magnesium alloy. See, here you have all the materials. So these are the basic materials, general materials you have. If you want, apart from these materials, if you get in the literature survey, you can add it. I will show you how to add it. So first I will add this. So here aluminum alloy, that is general material. So suppose if you want to use composite material, here you have composite material. So here also we have default material. E-glass is there, carbon fiber is there, epoxy carbon is there. So, okay, epoxy carbon pre-packed, epoxy carbon wet. So based on the requirement, you can select it. So as of now, I will go to general material. I will select aluminum alloy and click on this plus button. So once you click on this plus button, again you need to click on engineering data source. It will go. So here the two materials has been added. See here. Again what I will do, I will go to Young's modulus. I will change this unit. Yeah, it has been changed itself. So go to aluminum alloy. Where is that? Yeah. So I will change this to MP. I will change this to kg per millimeter. All of you got it? Everyone is getting or not?
Sir, once again.
What once again? I started from the beginning. What do you need? What do you want, man?
Engineering data in the start.
Okay. So here, so this is the engineering data, right? You just double click it. So you will get engineering data. So defaultly it will be in structural steel. So you can get all the things. Okay. So requirement of engineering material. That is the properties of the material. Suppose if you want to add more material, go to engineering data source. Here you have general default materials. So select this particular component and click on the plus. Again click on this engineering data source. The material will be added here. Okay. So next, if you want to add new material which are not available in the ANSYS workbench, okay, or ANSYS. So what you have to do, so you need to click on this. Click here to add new material. Okay, so I just click it. So give the material name. If you have got aluminum silicon carbide, aluminum silicon carbide. So if you got this material, so once you enter this, you have question mark, right? That means you have not added any material property. See, it is showing blank here. As I told you, if you are doing static structural analysis, you should require in Young's modulus as well as Poisson's ratio. And if you are finding out the weight of the or mass of the component, you need density. So what you can do here in the left, you have toolbox, right? You So as I told you, static structural analysis. If you click on this plus button, see you have isotropic elastic. So drag it here, or else double click it. So once you double click it, you will get. See Young's modulus you are getting. So how much Young's modulus for aluminum silicon carbide? I think approximately I will give 110 MPa. Okay. Then Poisson's ratio 0.34. So this is not an exact value. Okay. So just for example purpose, I am showing you. Next, if you want to add density, where you have density. So if you go to physical property, here you have density. Double click it, so density will come. So density, I think 2.7 kg per millimeter cube. I think so. So simply I have given. So 2.1 e raised to minus 6. Yeah. Okay. So simply I have given. So this is not an exact value. So once you assign the material, you need to click on this project to exit from this data, engineering data. So again, you will come to uh, welcome page. Okay, that is project page. We can say this as a project page. So, do you have any doubts till now? Any doubts? Hey, ಏನು ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರೇನೋ? Huh?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. Next, we have geometry. So here in geometry, so geometry is used to import the CAD model, whatever you have saved in IGS format. Okay. So we have saved the model in IGS format, right? That is of connecting rod. What you have to do, you just right click on the geometry. So right click on the geometry. So go to import here, go to browse. Okay, go to import and browse. So here you just search where you have said. So I have said in this. So we have connecting rod. So just double click it or else just click and open. So it has been loaded. It should come right mark. Keep in your mind. So these two has been right mark. Next, we have imported the model. Next, we have a model here. So if you want to open the model, if you want to run the analysis, you just double click on this model. The mechanical model will open. Okay. Just once you import, you just double click it. So it will take time to open. So be patient. Suppose if you get like this, so you just check off this and give cancel. So license of one or more ANSYS board will expire in 5 days. Okay, no issue. So just check off this and give cancel. So here it is starting mechanical. So wait. So until it opens, you have to wait. So everybody is getting right. Can you please switch on your video again? ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನೋಡೋಣ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. ಮಾಲ್ತೇಶ್ ಅಶ್ವಿನ್ ಇಬ್ರು ಸೇಮ್ ಇದಿರಲ್ಲ. Uh-huh. You are looking, your faces are similar. Dinesh, ಇವನೆಲ್ಲ ನೆಲ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ, ಆಕಾಶ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನೆಲನ ಆಕಾಶನ. ಸಂಪತ್, I have told you to switch on your video. What?
Yes, sir.
What, Gobin?
He is saying the spelling, sir.
Yes, I think he has slept. Mallikarjun, ಮನೋಜ್ ಯಾಕೋ ನಾಚ್ಕೊಂಡೆ? ರಾಮಾಂಜಲು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ಯಾ? ಫೈನ್, okay, fine. So this is how the ANSYS mechanical model will open. So here some license options will give, and I will just close this. Okay. So here you are getting so many things. I don't know why it is coming. Yeah, see here. So you need to click on the geometry. So here material has been imported. So you have to use middle mouse button to rotate. If you want to zoom, just scroll it. Okay. If you want to make a pan, press control. Sorry, 1 minute. Press control and middle mouse button. So to rotate, only middle mouse button. See, like this. If you want to move the component, press control and middle mouse button. Okay. So if you want to fit, press F. Why it is not coming? Or else right click and you can click on zoom to fit. F7. Okay. So in hypermesh it is F. Sorry. So here we have. Okay. So now you just observe here we have many things. So this is what mechanical APDL, sorry, mechanical model workbench. Okay. So now you just observe carefully. So as we have assigned 3 materials, if you are using multiple materials, you can solve in a single workspace. So this is a workspace. Here, if you click on this, first I will explain geometry. So if you click on the geometry, you will get the geometry whatever you have imported. Right. Next, if you click this plus button on geometry, you have connecting rod model. Okay. So you just observe carefully. We have assigned 3 materials. If you click on this particular component in the geometry, here you will get material. Assignment material, defaultly it will be in a structural steel. Okay. So click on this drop down menu. You will get the 3 materials which you have assigned. So I will use structural steel first. Okay. So next, see, if you go to properties here, you can check weight. See how much weight you are getting? 8.12 kg of structural steel. Okay. So let it be. We'll check later also. So all of you got this geometry, right? Next, we have material. So which we have assigned. Don't do anything here. Next, we have meshing. You need to mesh the model. So in ANSYS Workbench, you can mesh automatically. Okay. So how to mesh? So here, so click on the mesh. So right click on the generate mesh. So defaultly, whatever the parameters is there, the mesh size and all, defaultly it will take and it will mesh automatically. Okay, once you mesh, you need to observe whether the meshing you have done, which you have done, is accurate or not. See, we are getting bigger size meshing, right? So if it is a larger mesh, you will get lesser accuracy. So that's why it is very important to mesh any component in a smaller size. Okay, so how to mesh the component in a smaller size? Here, so in ANSYS you can mesh automatically, but when it comes to hyper mesh, see, hyper mesh is preferable for meshing in the industries. ANSYS also we can mesh, but if you want more accuracy, you need to mesh the model in ANSYS or hyper mesh. Okay, so hyper mesh is a very beautiful software for meshing purpose. Okay, so that is very important. So if that you can learn. Okay, so later if you have a time during your academics, so that is very important, and that is also one of the beautiful software. So here, as I told you, you need to mesh finely, refinely. Okay, so what you have to do, click on this mesh again. Here you have sizing, right? So click on this sizing. If you go to, so here we have mesh size you will get. So if you come down, yeah, wait, sorry, not sizing. 1 minute. Where is that? Yeah, here if you go to span angle center, we have coarse mesh. If you go to fine mesh, see, if you go to fine mesh, select the fine mesh again, right click on the mesh and click on generate mesh. Again it will remesh. See here, still we are getting larger in this region, right? So what you can do, once you go, see, after this you go to sizing here. Okay, in this we have default size. So click on this default size. You can give, so I will give as 2.5 as element size. Then right click again on mesh, generate mesh. So we'll check now. Oh, this is in terms of meters, man. So you just click on this default only. So here, once you enter into this, again you need to change the unit. So here you have units. So this is in meter, you change it to millimeter. Okay. Now you just go to this and click on 2.5. So and check this. Here you have fine mesh. So 2.5. So once you give 2.5, right click and generate mesh. So now I hope, yeah. So still you are getting this. So again, so 2.5 is a larger mesh. See, here also you have element size. Here also you can change. I will give now 1 here. So generate mesh. So we'll check. See, still it is getting. That means you need to give lesser value. So go to this 0.01 I will give. Okay. So sometimes what happens, depending upon your geometry. So if you have used it in terms of meters, if you are giving in millimeter, see, I have given 0.01. So that's why it is taking more time to mesh. So one more feature I will tell you. So without selecting the element size, you can mesh finely. See here, some parts are getting meshed. So what you will do, so once you go to meshing here, here you have physical preferences, right? So click on this drop down menu, click on this CFD. Okay, once you click on CFD, so here once you click on that, right click on this, so just mesh it, generate mesh. So the element size must be less than or equal to maximum size. So we are getting 0.5, 0.25 will be. Okay, then right click, generate. Go to minimum size. I will just use 0.5. So you need to do trials here. So this is also 0.5. So right click here and generate mesh. So again you are getting maximum size must be greater than or equal to minimum size and D feature size. What is the D feature size we have? So this I will use 0.5. So generate mesh. Okay. So D feature size should be greater than the element size. So we have selected CFD here. So see, this is how you will get mesh. See. So if you do mesh like this, you will get more accurate result. All of you are getting. See, this is how you can do. Any doubts? So I will share the video so that you can practice accordingly. All of you got it. So use, so better what you have to do, go to mesh here, select in the physical preferences, that is CFD, okay, and select element size as 0.5, and 0.5 is for this model, okay. If you are selecting if you are doing any other model, you need to just do trial and error, you just find mesh it, okay, fine. So this is how you can do meshing. So next we have, so static structural. So here static structural you need to assign loading conditions and boundary conditions, okay. So how to assign that? So right click on the static, say what, as I told you. So I will just unpin this, otherwise it will take more time. Yeah, so here, so you just observe, see this is piston end, this is crank end, right? So what you can do, go to static structural analysis, right click on the static structural analysis, insert. So I will fix this, I am going to apply compression load on piston end. So right click on the static structural, select the fixed support to fix the degrees of freedom, okay. So I'll just select the fixed support. So once you select the fixed support, you just select this face, see here, that is fixed, right? Or else you can select these two. So press Ctrl and select two surfaces, see here, and give apply. So once you give apply, so here you will get a blue color, that means it has been fixed. So go to geometry here. So here you are getting in meshing model itself. So what you can do, you can select this, you can select this. So switch off this. See here, if you switch off it, if you go to geometry, you will get this. If you go to meshing, you will get mesh. If you select geometry, you will get model. Got it. If you go to structural steel, see here, all of you are getting. Now I will apply compression load here, compression force. Again go to static structural, right click on that. So go to insert, here we have force. If you have a pressure, you can select pressure. So I will select the pressure here. Select this, only this face you have to select. We are going to apply compression load. The compression load is the in the normal direction, okay. So here pressure, that is normal. Then magnitude I will give So magnitude I will give around 2.5 MPa. See here, 2.5 MPa. So once you give magnitude, so here in the geometry, click on this and give apply. See, it is going in this compression. So if you want to change the direction, so once again what you have to do, so you need to go to pressure here, what we have applied. Here we have defined by normal to, right? If you want to change this to vector or else, so if it is in normal mode, if you give minus 2.5, see here, it will change the direction. So as of now I want 2.5 in the compression load. See here, all of you are getting, see compression load. Next, so if you want to give in this direction, so go to normal to, go to drop down menu here. Here you select component, don't select vector, go to component. So here you observe, this is the global coordinate system, this is local coordinate, this is y direction, right? You need to give y direction as 2.5. See, like this it will go. If you want to give in this direction, you just give negative sign there. All of you got it? So I will give normal to, I will give 2.5. See, got it. So we have applied loading conditions. This is the loading condition, this is the boundary condition. Next, solution here. If you go to solution, what are all the results you need, that you need to select here. Right click on the solution, go to insert. Here we have deformation. Here we have total deformation. Select, I want total deformation for the particular load. Next, right click on this. If you want directional deformation in the particular direction, what is the deformation we can select. So if you select directional deformation, here you can select the orientation. So it will be, see, if you want in this direction, you need to select Z. If you want in this direction deformation, you need to select Y. Okay. As of now, I want direction along Z. Okay. Next, right click on the solution. If you want strain, so equivalent 1 measure strain, if you want, select it. Then go to insert. If you want stresses, that is 1 measure stress, that is maximum stress, normal stress, shear stress, maximum shear stress, minimum principal stress, middle principal stress, maximum principal stress. So here I want 1 measure stress. Bending stress you have, I will select 1 measure stress. Again, right click on the solution. So if you want strain energy, you just select it. Okay, you will get it. All of you got it. So I will select this. So as of now, in static structural analysis, we require total deformation and 1 measure stress. That is enough. So for only for the example purpose, I am showing you. Right click on the solution, insert. So that's it. That's it. So right click on the solution. You just click on this solve button. So once you click on the solve button, it will take time. So as I told you, you have. So as I told you, you have three FEI process. One is pre-processing, processing, and post-processing. So this is post-processing we are doing. So can you able to attend today evening session again, because we have more topics to cover. So why you are waiting like this? So we have entered many values, right? So what I will do, I will just delete this. I, as of now, I don't want equivalent stress. Also, I don't want. Sorry, equivalent stress I want. So directional deformation I don't want. Elastic strain also I don't want. I want only equivalent stress. So now right click and solve. So it is showing. So your product license has numerical problem size. You have exceeded these problem size limit. Okay, here this is a student version. So you need to mesh. So you here fully find mesh, right? So what you do? So you just increase the element size as 2.5. So once you increase, so generate mesh, because as this is a student version, we can't solve fine problems here. So I will keep this as it is. See here. Then so I have cracked version. It is having around 12 to 60 12 to 13 GB. Okay, so this is the student version. If you want that, means I will send it to you. Okay, so again right click on this solve. So again I'm changing your mesh settings. Okay, see here we have done. So if you go to total deformation, we have got the total deformation. See here. So for the particular load, how much it is deforming here? 0.0055028.
Maximum deformation.
Yeah, this is maximum deformation. So you can see the animation of this. So if you just go to graph here, if you play it, so this is the maximum deformation. See, for the particular load. If you go to stress, you have 8.7 MPa. Got it? Any doubts?
No, sir.
So
Sir,
this
for
is
crack version, we need 13 GB data or 13 GB that graphics.
no. For the crack version, you need to download it. So that backup file is having around 13 GB. So Katia, you had around 1.6 GB, right?
Yes, sir.
This you have around 12 to 13 GB. If you want, I will send it to you.
It will work now, sir.
Huh?
In 2 GB graphics also it can work now, sir.
Yeah, you can do. You can do. The simple problems you can do. So as per your internship work, you can do. So here, what I have done. So one thing, if you won't get, don't select. Say, go to meshing here. Don't select this as CFD. Just select mechanical and give element size only. Reduce the element size and mesh it. That's it. All of you got it now. Okay. See, I will
Sir.
give. So I have selected the 2.5. Right click and I will mesh it. See here again I will get the mesh in the same manner. So but it differs. See here. So if you select CFD, it will mesh finely. So what you will do, you just go to element size, change this to 0.5. So then right click on the mesh and go to generate mesh. See, this is enough. See, this is how you have got. Still, if you want to improve, select here 0.25 and right click generate. Don't use CFD, okay? Because in student version, it will create a problem. Then again, see, once you mesh it, again right click and solve. So all of you got it now. So as I told you, you have to create 3D model of your respective project. All of you got the 3D model from the literature survey. All of you got it or not?
I got it, sir.
Okay. So those, see, I am telling you since day one. Okay. So you have to do it by yourself. Then only you can learn. If I will give everything to you, then you will never learn anything. So try to involve in the project. Try to ask more doubts. try to do whatever I will say. Okay. So here, one thing I would like to tell you. See, you need to copy paste this result, right? How to get that? So you just orient this however you want. Okay. So orient it properly to observe the deformations and all. So you have a snipping tool in your system, right? If you have Windows 10, you will get snipping tool. So where you will get? So click on this search button, snipping tool. See snipping. So this is snipping tool. So what you will do is just select this pin to taskbar. If you select the this pin to taskbar, you will get in the taskbar itself. Then see here, select this snipping tool. So I will place it here. Select this snipping tool. So once you select the snipping tool, so you just place it here. Click on this new and select the snap here. So properly you need to select, then copy it. So edit here, you copy or else control C. So if you are making report, just take this and open your report. So here I will open any sample report here. Okay, I'll open the sample report. So I have sent you the sample reports, right? As per that format, you do it. Okay. So first, what you do, you create a 3D model first, and then you submit it to me. See here. So you have report. See, already I have done this. Suppose select here and paste it. See here, you will get it. So whatever I have copied. See. So if you want to change the size, so all the basics you know, right? And you write the data or whatever the content you want to write. See, above figure shows the uh, maximum stress of 9.17 MPa. Okay, so like this you need to make a report. All of you got it?
Got it.
Any doubts? So this is how you can do static analysis. So can you attend today evening session at
Come again?
6 today evening?
No, sir.
I'm planning to take. Can you able to attend or not?
No, sir.
We'll attend, sir.
Okay, you just message me. I will ask you in the group. Okay, so by today evening 6 o'clock I will take. Okay,
Okay.
same link you have to use.
Got it.
Okay, so you can save the project. How you can save? So you just close this mechanical APDL. So whatever the project you have done, so don't. So you just close it and go to this project page. Okay, go to this project page. See here. So first I forgot to explain you. So again I will open this mechanical model. See, suppose if you want to save the project, go to save as here. So wait, because I have opened again this model. And now we just close this. So here you have. So we have done with structural steel. So suppose if you want to do it for aluminum, click this, go to drop down menu, I will select aluminum alloy. Again the same process will continue. Same, no need to do anything here, right click and solve. So in that we have got 9 point something, right, 1 meter stress. We have got 9 point something. So we'll check with aluminum alloy. See, we are done. So we'll see 0.0015 stress, we are getting 9.2. There we are getting 9.1, right? So total deformation 0.000 something we got. Here we are getting this much. Okay. And weight you can check for aluminum. If you go to property, we have 2.86 kg. Okay. So this is how you can perform. Okay. So you just close this. If you want to save the project, so go to project page here, go to file. Here you have save as. So once you save one file, you can do n number of analysis in a single file. Okay, you just follow this. So go to desktop here. So here I will save connecting rod. That's it, and close it. So it will take time again to save. So in a single project page, you can do all types of analysis. So that is one advantage of ANSYS Workbench. So this is one of the beautiful software as of my experience when compared to other analysis softwares. So just close this. Okay. So here we have saved, right? So where is that? Go to desktop, online. So where is that? Where is that? Where we have saved? Yeah. No, not this. L save I thought.
The best.
Desktop alone. Yeah, here. So I will just move it to online. Yeah. See here. Here you have. See. So if you double click it, so you will get same and you can do whatever you want. Okay, and you can do n number of types of analysis. See here. So next I will show you how to apply rotational speed to flywheel. Okay. So as I have given you, most of the projects are linear static, modal, buckling, thermal. Okay, so by today evening session I am going to explain how to do modal analysis, and how to do buckling analysis, and how to do thermal analysis. Okay.
Oh,
Just give. Okay.
sir, which analysis software is used in industry
And
commercially?
ANSYS Workbench, Hypermesh, LS Dyna.
I mean, mostly, sir.
So it depends, man. We can't say. See, when it comes to analysis part, so maximum industries will use ANSYS Workbench and Hypermesh. So why? Because we can perform any kind of analysis using this. Okay. So when it comes to LS Dyna is another software. So I think it has not been, because I have dragged it. That's why problem has arisen. You just do it by yourself. So LS Dyna is there. Okay, that is specially for mm, crash test. Okay, that can be used only for crash test. And Abacus is there. So after this ANSYS, most of the industries will use Abacus software. So whatever we do in ANSYS Workbench, we can do same thing in Abacus, but the interface is different. But most of the industries will prefer this only, ANSYS Workbench, for static, structural, modal, buckling, everything.
Why
Any
they are
doubt?
teaching us solid in college, sir? Why don't they teach CATIA in starting only?
Where? Sorry.
In college, they are teaching us that solid edge
So
something.
yeah, that is outdated, man. No one industry will prefer the solid edge.
That's what they should start with CATIA, no?
Uh, Pardon, I am not getting you.
College is still using solid edge to teach us, sir.
Yeah, they would have start
So
CATIA, but it depends on college, man. Because 99% of the colleges they are using solid edge only. Because they have purchased years before. That's why they use that. So some of the colleges are there, like RV College, PESIT, and the SIT, Tumkur. They are using CATIA. So apart from CATIA, you have many advanced software where many of the industries will use. Like SolidWorks is there. That is one of the booming software we have after this CATIA. Next we have Creo is there. So when it comes to analysis, you have ANSYS Workbench and Hypermesh. Those two are very most important as compared to industries.
sir,
Okay.
SolidWorks is similar to solid edge
No,
or
no, no, no. SolidWorks is entirely different. Application wise is same, but SolidWorks application is vast. So most of the sheet metal industries they'll use SolidWorks. Automobile industries they use SolidWorks. CATIA is preferably for aerospace designs.
uh,
So you have to learn, man, before getting output from your academics. At least you should have three softwares in your hand. So we'll see later, because we have an MOU with your college also, KIT as well as East West. So already we have trained a few students in KIT, and we have placed them also. So now next in the coming semester we are planning to give training as well as placements. Okay. So once college starts, we will visit your college, and we'll explain what are all the things you need to do. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Shall I wind up the session?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.